Ahoy, it's Ryan again, and today in this video, we are going to discuss customer segments. Now, customer segments is a huge piece of the puzzle, and we just talked about value propositions and how those value propositions are really helping to solve a consumer or a customer's problem or need. So let's talk a little bit more about what it looks like when we talk about customer segments. Now, if you notice, we're talking about segments, not just one, not just a generalized customer. You have to first really understand the difference between a potential, your market potential and your target market. Okay, your market potential is usually what we default into thinking. We go, oh my gosh, this app is going to be for anyone who, or this is going to be for everybody who, or I'm just going to take a huge population and I'm going to say I'll get 1% of that and we'll call it a day. No, that is not the way that it works, especially as you're starting your idea. In fact, the more you can understand your customer segments, the better you can match those customer segments with the actual problems and needs that you are solving. So don't default to everyone who. I want you to understand the difference between your potential market, which is possibly a huge number, and I want you to think and boil that down to your target customer. These are going to be your first in. These are going to be what are also referred to as the beachhead clients. Think of the beachhead where you're entering in. And so knowing that target market and being able to describe them will help you to find them. And once you find them, then you can talk with them. And you only can make hypotheses at this point. You don't know actually about these customers and whether what you have, your value proposition, actually solves their problem or need. So you have to find them. We have to do some research. We have to talk with them. We have to get out of the building. But to do that, we have to define them. And so when we talk about defining your target market, I want you to think about things like regional or geographic. Okay, are these for individuals locally to you, statewide, nationwide, worldwide? Whoa, when we get to worldwide, that's not very narrow. So we want to think about actually where we're going to start. Now, I will say, as your business idea grows and your market share grows, you can address more market share. But right now, we're just focusing on the realistic people who will need your solution. Think socially, right? So what are the social demographics? Think about how they might fit into categories. Are they parents? Are they high schoolers? Are they middle schoolers? Are they parents with 2 children? Are they parents with 5 or more children? Are they parents with an only child? Think about the age. It's important to understand that, over a customer's life, there's going to be different ages where different problems are going to be more important to solve. And so if you're developing a product or service or technology that solves a problem or a need, you need to understand the age group. You also need to understand the income, because if you're targeting middle school or high school students, do they really have the income to buy the product? So are they the customer or are their parents the customer? So I really want you to think through how you can describe, how you can define, how you can outline who those target customers are. A couple questions that might help you is, why would they buy? Why would they buy your product? Hopefully it's to solve a problem that they have or to fulfill a need that they're after. So if you narrow down to, well, I'm going to approach high schools in Orange County, specifically those in lower income areas or that are a far distance from the coast or some other parameters, who have a family that can afford a certain product or service, you want to ask yourself, why would they buy? This will help you to discover more insights on who they are. Now, who are they? Again, think of describing somebody in the utmost detail in a way that someone who's hearing your description, that vision of that person or that group of people can come top of mind. And I don't want you to just say kids or parents or adults. That falls back into this potential market. I want you to really think about who the customer is. And the good news about being a young entrepreneur, if you are developing something that you want, looking in the mirror is going to be a good insight as to the customers that you're trying to approach. So again, ask yourself, who are these customers? Do they form in different subsets? Are there different groups? Are there different regions? These are all things to think about. And you have to remember that you exist for your client, for your customer, for the people you are building the product for. So many times we make this early mistake in entrepreneurship, just assuming, well, if we develop this product, then they're going to come chase after me. No, you have to go chase after them, and you have to make sure that what you're developing or designing is what they actually want, what they need, and what they actually can afford to purchase, and what they can have access to, and that they can even use it. So these are all things that are good for you to think through. Now, we're going to continue along talking about these different types of parameters when it comes to your customer, but you have to understand who your customer is in order for you to build a product, a service, or a technology. So this is something that you can do internet research on. You can talk with your friends about. You can do customer discovery. You can do a number of things to take your guess of who they are and then actually do some research to find out and verify that these are your clients. These are your customers, your target market. All right. It's a lot to take in here, but you got this.